And yo, what's up, guys? It's your pal Colonel Phoenix from the Planetaryashes, and I got two special guests with me today. We got Joshua Dukes from Joshua Dukes Production,
Howdy do, guys.
and we got Nick from one of Josh's friends. And welcome to the podcast.
Hey there, everyone.
So let's kick off with our first topic today. That we have been doing it before we started the podcast. The trading games in gaming company game shops. So let's start off with that, shall we?
Yep, would you like me to talk about it since I found the web link?
I think you should.
Not a problem. Let me just reopen it as Internet Explorer is having an issue. Stupid thing. Basically,
Internet
guys,
Explorer.
it's the only thing I've got working on my computer. Chrome had the whinge.
It's horrible. I feel bad for you.
I actually feel bad.
Yep. So basically, yeah, you should feel bad for it. You really should.
You could at least use Firefox.
I have Firefox, but that keeps crashing every time.
That's true.
It's okay. Obviously, a lot of people like crashing browsers.
Crash and burn.
Crash and
Anyway,
burn.
that's the topic. Basically, I was just browsing today, guys, the news.com.au website, and I thought I'd have a quick squiz at the game section.
Yeah.
There was a session saying, why do video game stores give in such horrible trading values? And this guy reported about his brother just with the weekend just passed. He went in to trade, his brother went in to trade his 360, 2 controllers, the Kinect sensor and bundle and all that, and 20 games, including titles like GTA 5 and Battlefield 4, and all he got was $213 for it.
Which I think we call that bullshit. He could have got a little bit more on that part by stands anyway.
He would have gotten a lot more, especially for GTA 5 and Battlefield 4. And he did a search on eBay, apparently, and people were, for the same type of bundle, $280 plus it was selling for on eBay, and that's before the auction even ended.
What do you think about it, Nick? What do you think? Should he get more?
I was actually kind of waiting for a moment to step in here. Well, the thing is that if you ask me, I feel like it's a good thing it happened to him to a degree, because he kind of learned a lesson there that you don't really want to trust these third-party stores, so to speak. I would consider any store like that sells used games third-party. But now you have to wonder, you're going to get, like Walmart is starting to sell used games, which means obviously they take them in. You have to wonder, what are big companies like that, are they only going to give you $2 or $3? Or, because they do price matching, can you go in and be like, oh, well, here, if I sold it here, I could get someone to get it for like $20. You should give me 20. I guess you have to think, is that low cost a convenience fee for being able to take it to the store and do it? Or is it just that store trying to make a quick buck? Because it's kind of like a movie theater. A movie theater doesn't make money on these brand new tickets that they're selling, but their stale popcorn, that's where it's all at.
Yeah.
And if these stores are making only money on used games, even if they're reshelving that $4 spending that they put towards you for $20, it's just so bad that they're trying to make a profit. I guess that's the question.
And I'm just wondering, Nick, because in Australia, when we have electronic boutique games, and what it is with them, if you trade in, you have to spend it on the spot. You can't exactly put it on a gift card and walk out, come back later. I know you can, because we have a game shop in town called Game Traders, and what they do is they put it on your card.
Hang on, just to stop you right there. It's called Game Cave right now. They changed it.
Oh, that's right. It is true. They changed the name. Terribly sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Is they put the money on your card, on your gamer card, and you can just walk out, come back in 2 weeks, buy a game, and walk out again. Do they have something like that over there?
Oh, well, kind of, yeah. You have GameStop, which is obviously the big name. You can go in, and if you have... Now, I don't know if you're not a member with their Power Up Rewards group. I've always been a member, ever since I remember buying my first used game, I was a member. You walk in, you swipe your card, and then usually what they'll do is they'll prompt you and be like, hey, is there anything you want to put this towards in the store? And they get you with that because a lot of the times you do get a bonus percentage if you spend it that day
Hang on,
an item.
And what is the bonus percentage for that?
It changes every time. I mean, sometimes it can be 20%, 30%, 50%. Sometimes, I know just last month, I think, they were doing a trade-in any 2 games that they listed towards any game for $9.99. And it wouldn't have mattered the 2 games as long as it was 2 of the games that they listed. Any other game would be $9.99. If you don't opt for that, you can always get it on your card, and then you can walk out. You can use it online or whatever. The thing is, though, is that is a proprietary card. Obviously, you can't use that anywhere else. They must have changed something since the last time I did it because I actually got a merchandise card separate of my Power Rewards card.
Yeah.
So that might be something that they're doing. And the catch is, if you ask for cash, you get less.
Oh wow, that's a
that's a rip.
That's a dog shot.
Yeah, you get. Let's say I go in, I trade in 7 games, and I get $20. If I say I want cash now, I'll probably get 17.
Bloody hell!
Bloody hell! That.
And the thing is, aside from that, because you asked about if we have anything like that, GameStop is such a big name in the in that field. They've bought out everything else. We used to have an EB Games that merged with GameStop. And EB Games ended up closing here because GameStop just said, well, screw it, you don't need 2 of them within 2 minutes of each other. So a whole bunch of guys quit GameStop and opened up Game Exchange, which is the same premise, but, they have some added perks. Like, they keep up with the old consoles, so you can get all the way from your NES to your PS4 and Xbox One exclusives.
If I may just say for a sec, sorry.
Oh, yep.
That's kind of like Game Cave in there, isn't it, Mitch?
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember when I walked in there, when they were still Game Traders, when they first started off.
Yeah.
My jaw dropped because they had Sega Mega Drive, they had PS1, PS2, the original Xbox. They had like nostalgia games and everything.
It's pretty much like nostalgia legendary gaming shop for nostalgia people who actually likes it. But since Nick mentioned about the PS4 and the Xbox One, and promise we'll go back on that topic later. In other news, we have that the PS4 and the Xbox One are still having a little grudge match against each other.
God, yeah.
Of course.
Now,
it's like with any console. Sorry, Mitch, but it's like with any console. Like, I remember when I was chatting to someone on Facebook, they started a bitch and a whinge over how PS3 was better and everything, and all this and all that. They don't have to pay online. They got all these bonuses.
What?
Yeah.
But it's like, I just go, I don't care. I don't give a crap.
But
I'm happy with my Xbox, and that's all I need.
Here's the difference between the PS3 and the, let's have a look at the drawbacks that happen between the two consoles, because the Xbox 360 hasn't been hacked for a while, and the PS3 got hacked from the PlayStation Network by sheer luck from a hacker. Managed to take every single information from it, and that network got shut down for a month. Did you say?
Well, to be fair, when you think of it, PS3 owners are generally adults with money, and 360 owners are kids whose parents bought them that. So, I mean, I would rather have a bunch of adults with credit cards than bratty little Call of Duty players.
Yeah.
Can't talk worth anything. I mean, I'm just putting that out there. I can probably say more, but just to start.
I agree with you on that one.
Because with us, we're always restricted in our money.
Yeah.
And so basically, Mum asked me what I wanted for Christmas and my birthday, because my birthday's a week off from Christmas.
Yeah.
And I said, Xbox 360. And she said, right, as long as you're happy with it just being a Christmas / birthday present, I'm like, don't care. As long as I can game, I don't care.
Yeah. See, with since you can actually sign up for PlayStation Network without a problem, with Xbox 360 you have to actually sign up and also yet pay for the gold membership card.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like,
Yeah.
it's $12 a month here in Australia, and I just can't afford it.
What about you, Nick? Do you think there's a massive drawback for the Xbox 360?
Okay, so I'm gonna put this out here right quick. I owned an Xbox probably for 5 years. I had 3 different versions. I had the original Xbox, and then I had to get rid of that one because it broke. So I got an Elite, and then I got
Ooh.
Slim. For almost all that time, I kept buying a year subscription for Xbox Live, the $60 or $69.99, whatever the hell. And I will say that it was a complete waste of money.
Yeah,
I mean, when I look at it in terms of, would I rather pay for Xbox Live or have free Sony network, I would rather pay for Xbox Live simply because I know that the servers are going to be generally better and there's not going to be as many issues. But when I also look at the fact that the only good Xbox 360 online games that, the online was flawless to the point of you not wanting to not play because there was a problem, would be the Call of Duty franchise and then Battlefield 3.
And then with the Call of Duty franchise, you got one little bitchy 12-year-old.
Yeah, see, this is
out of life.
See, this is why we like Christmas sometimes, because we got a bunch of noobs coming in, and we can shoot whatever we want.
Yep.
And after that, we hear a little whiny high-pitched noise coming through your ear saying, "Why'd you do that to me?"
Or you hear this, "Oh, why you do this? Why?"
Yeah, but that's okay because then you buy some fancy, Turtle Beach X12s and just turn up the bass and they sound like they're black or something like that.
Yeah.
All
right.
No racism involved. I mean, I'm not trying to, say something.
Gonna be right back, guys. All right.
No, yeah, I just, I ended up selling my 360 because I could not afford the Xbox Live comfortably, and that was at a time, that was when Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I played that for a week. I was not impressed with the multiplayer because it just felt like, everything we've had before, just with new weapons and a couple new maps. And I sold it because I was like, if this is the only thing I'm going to play, I have no reason to have gold. And I understand that there are a lot of different games that had multiplayer and were probably fun, but they were either games that I was not interested in or I was not interested in the multiplayer function. Like Halo was not a game I played multiplayer until I only played Reach on multiplayer. Other than that, I didn't play anything else. And I should mention that Halo is one of the other multiplayer games, but like I said, that never interested me for the longest time.
But it's like with Need for Speed Most Wanted, what they did was they combined the auto log into the actual game.
Which version?
Yeah.
Most Wanted 2012.
Oh yeah, the one I got right now, the one that I'm borrowing off from you. Yep.
Yeah. And what they did was, once you came to the net, it actually seamlessly does everything for you. Like, say you get the best time in the race and you beat your friend, uploads it without telling you it's uploaded, it just does it straight off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful, seamless uploading. I like how they did that, but I just hate how there's because my Xbox is never really connected to the internet.
Yeah.
And every time I launch the game, it says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot connect to Origin. Are you sure you wish to continue playing your game?"
Which I call bullshit on those parts.
Yes.
Or here's a good one. Did either of you two buy any EA games used around mid to late Xbox 360 lifespan that had multiplayer?
No. Not really.
Okay. Then you may not be familiar with it. It was something that happened only for a short. I think only for Battlefield 3. I'm not sure, but for a while, EA had the online season pass,
Oh, yes.
Oh,
where
Oh, wait.
if you bought the game used,
I'm just thinking, I had a Need for Speed that came up with this stupid thing to download an online pass. It was, Hot Pursuit, I think it was? Hot Pursuit,
yeah.
in the game case, just hold on that thought.
I think
Assassin's Creed, Assassin's, Grand Theft Auto, Batman.
I think there's also another. I think there's also Need for Speed, the Run that has that as well. I think.
Here it is. I just found the case and I looked at the back of the manual. In order to play online, you need an Xbox Live Gold subscription plus an online access pass.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So now, of course, if you buy the game used, there's this whole thing about how you couldn't use the pass again because the pass was proprietary to the first person to redeem that code. So, that was the first time that was ever done. Obviously, for PS3 users, not a big issue.
Yeah.
Because they were already paying for free internet. But for 360 users, that's an extra $15 on top of your subscription to play some of these games. And a lot of the time, this was for games that you bought to play online. And that brings up, that was a horrible, horrible issue. Everyone hated it. EA ended up rescinding the whole thing.
The whole
so
thing?
So now the question is, they made it kaput.
Oh, jeez.
Online passes were just...
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
So now the question is, though, this next generation of consoles, so on and so forth, Microsoft and Sony, they want to... I really feel like this generation consoles, Microsoft and Sony, or at least Xbox Division and Sony, want to try to compete with the PC market. And say that they are up to snuff with a PC. So, of course, they're trying to get more of these, games that originally were on PC. I mean, with the older consoles, with last generation, it was RTSs. Now, it is MMOs. And...
Elder Scrolls Online and Final Fantasy 14, for example.
Yep, that's where I was getting with this. What do you guys think about an Elder Scrolls or Final Fantasy coming out that require a subscription on top of both consoles already having a monthly subscription?
Hang on, let me stop you right there. It's like Diablo 3 and World of Warcraft all over again. Jesus Christ, come on. Like, seriously, just buy the game and play it. If it's on the Xbox One and it requires you to be online, forget about the subscription fee. You can play on it without a single problem. Like, why can't they do that now these days?
Yep. Guys, I'll be right back as my foot is cramped up again.
Yeah.
Well, you would think that it wouldn't be like that, because you would think that, if these costs are going to servers, that maybe these game companies could work with, Sony and Xbox and maybe use some of their servers because they just got hundreds new servers or whatever. But, I mean, you have to look at something like The Old Republic.
The Old Republic.
A game that started off where people thought that, maybe it would be free to play, so on and so forth. And then subscription got released and people are like, oh, well, we're not paying for this. And now, what do you know? It's a free to play with payable, additives.
So what do you actually think of what do you think of Star Wars: The Old Republic and World of Warcraft and all kinds of MMOs? What do you think of it?
I absolutely despise it.
What have I missed? Sorry. What have I missed?
We
just got onto topic about MMOs.
MMOs.
Oh, okay.
So what do you actually think about Star Wars: The Old Republic and the other MMO games?
Yeah, I can't say I enjoy MMOs. The closest thing I ever played to like that was actually Counter-Strike Source. I've put over 500 hours into that game.
Yeah.
In a single summer, I should add there. Other than that, though, I mean, things like that. My dad played World of Warcraft. He turned into a very mean, nearly abusive man in the 6 months that he played,
Ooh.
to the point of needing to quit.
Ooh.
And that just shows you the dark side of that. Now, obviously, there aren't people who are like that, but I personally can't say I've had any good experience with a person who, to a religious point, plays an MMO. Be it,
I actually have a person on my Facebook that does.
And
He's basically always playing, what is it, Team Fortress 2 or something?
oh yeah, that's me as well. I don't mind Team Fortress 2, but
I don't, but he's,
I don't
his
mind that.
Facebook statuses are full of Team Fortress 2 things. I'm like, do you not have a life?
I have to.
See, I find it hard to befriend people who play excessively like that, because I actually had a local person who I met online. We were talking and so on and so forth, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, when I'm not at work, I'm home playing World of Warcraft," and I'm thinking, "Oh, that's cool." Well, it turns out that all the time that we spent talking for hours on end was actually her slacking off at work, and then the moment she got home, she shut off all social ability and focused on World of Warcraft. And I mean, I don't know. Like I said, not everyone's like that, but I won't play any of those.
Wow.
But it's like me when I'm playing Xbox or something. Because I don't have a proper desk in my room, I've always got my laptop on my bed.
Yep.
And I sit on the end of my bed, so the laptop's facing to me, and I'm still focusing on the screen.
Yep.
But I'll still chat whilst I'm playing Xbox and that. It doesn't matter what I'm playing or what I'm watching. I'll still chat on Facebook and everything. I'll still be social no matter what I do.
Speaking, since you mentioned about Facebook, let's get on to the topic about the Oculus Rift buying. Yes, let's talk about that. So
the thing everyone's talking about nowadays,
and also yet
aside from Malaysia,
and also yet some people have a little bit of a rant about Oculus Rift. I think it was Boogie 289. What was his name? Boogie 2889. It was.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we both think that the Oculus Rift it was alright being by itself, and now Facebook decided to actually buy it for how much again?
Let me just Google it again. I had it saved and bookmarked somewhere. I really need to clean out my bookmarks.
It was enough to make it seem that Mark Zuckerberg has bought himself a new toy.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now Notch, the creator of Minecraft, decided not to put it onto the Oculus Rift for some apparent reason right now.
Oh yeah, he's creeped out by it. I mean, when you think of it, just the business model alone for Facebook, they don't care about. I would go as far as saying that they don't care about quality; they care about quantity.
Pretty much.
They don't care how many people are happy with Facebook. They care about the fact that as angry and as much hate as people could have with Facebook, there are still hundreds and thousands of people signing up daily
to be on it.
And I'm sure that their sign-up rate is much higher than their deactivation rate.
And according to this article I found and I saved, Facebook announced last Tuesday that it will purchase a virtual reality headset company for $2 billion.
Oh.
$2 billion, yikes.
Ouch. That's way. I think that's way more expensive than Disney buying off LucasArts.
Yeah, it is actually.
I'm pretty sure it's more than double the amount.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember the exact Kickstarter rate that they started off. I think their Kickstarter was only in the millions.
Whoa, jeez.
So, not only is Facebook spending quite a bit on it, but Oculus Rift has made a lot of money on it.
As you said, it's like if you're playing a game and all of a sudden a wild ad appears.
Same.
Like this new Lamborghini today.
Yeah.
So before we go any further, have any of you guys tried the Oculus Rift?
Nope.
I'm nowhere near there to. I'm not close enough to any convention so I could actually get my hands on it. No.
Neither. I've never. So go on.
I've tried it last year. It's all right, but once you try and turn the camera around, you have to turn your head along the way, because every time when you accidentally flip something over, you have to turn your head as well, and it can really make you very sick very quickly. Oh, I experienced that one before. Wow.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, I mean, I assume that they must be at some point where they are getting past that. Especially if they're going to try to mass market it. I mean, they have to try to rid themselves of all that to the point. But it's going to be like 3D. I mean, you get those people who go to 3D movies and they get migraines and they get sick. And I mean, obviously that market isn't suited for that. But you have to wonder, as much of a majority as that might be, the minority is still going to pay up the ass to get that.
I remember, what was it? You remember that movie Gravity? You know, the one how they're all in space and all this crap.
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah. Didn't they serve air sickness bags at most theaters for that?
They did, but I actually watched it and I walked out and I got a migraine 2 minutes later from walking out of the cinema. Jeez. And I'm not one to get migraines.
Hang on. Is that from Roxy Cinema, or you went to a different
Roxy Cinema?
Oh God, those.
The Husky Cinema doesn't have 3D. It only had 2D.
I find okay. We'll come back to that. But the 3D glasses there is so bulky, I have to say.
I know.
What about? Do you have any 3D glasses up from where you are, Nick?
Oh yeah, I actually within about 40-mile driving radius, I probably have probably 6 theaters that have 3D screens within them, including IMAX. Actually, the city that I live in itself, Saratoga Springs, they actually just opened up 2 theaters, Bowtie Cinemas and Bowtie Cinemas Centurion. I haven't gone to the Centurion one. I really want to, because it looks amazing and it has a bar. And that's all I care about. I want to get drunk while I'm watching the next Avengers movie. And
everybody! Aren't we all trying to get drunk?
They have 3D up here. And I don't know, hearing that you guys have bulky 3D glasses, that's kind of weird, because up here, ours are so slimlined. They're definitely, because I felt that past decade, not decade, but a couple of years, the 3D glasses have been kind of in a beta stage, and now they're in full-on gold released, because ours are all proprietary. It used to be that the lenses popped out and the older ones, but now everything is just one seamless piece.
Oh, hang on. Since you said that we have bulky, we do have some slim 3D glasses, but they're off somewhere else. So it's only our town that got the bulky glasses. The others got some good ones.
The other ones that got the thin ones. I remember. Oh, where did I go? The IMAX in Sydney. That's the one I went to. The one in Darling Harbour. The glasses were thin, but they didn't hurt your ears or anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think I went to the Shell Harbour cinemas for that one, because they have very good glass, 3D glasses, and they don't make you sick or all sorts. It's just put them on and there you go. You got 3D right up in your face.
See, what amazes me though is that there is no. I don't know about down there, but here, when you transition from 3D to the IMAX, our 3D glasses have no difference. I mean, it's all the same glasses, and that amazes me. I would think that the IMAX ones would probably be a higher quality material at the least. I've been to 2 different IMAX quote unquote theaters, the actual IMAX at the Regal Cinema, and then the Bowtie company that just opened up here. They have their own BTX Extreme, which is their IMAX. I have to say that their IMAX is a lot better. I the IMAX theater that I've been in, it was disappointing to say the least. I mean, the only good thing about it was sound quality. And yet at this Bowtie Extreme one, everything looked good. I mean, I have a 3D TV, which I wish I never bought, but watching 1080p 3D movies on this, that's what I felt I was watching at this Bowtie Extreme. When I went to the IMAX, I felt like I was watching a standard 3D movie with 7.1 surround sound blaring into my ears.
So, hang on.
So I don't know if it's like that there.
But it's like when my mate down the road from me had the 3D TV and that, and I put my Xbox into it, and I played Assassin's Creed 3 with a stereoscopic 3D.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does anyone think that the 3D TV actually looked good or actually?
I think it looked good because his TV was like a 40-inch.
Yeah.
3D TV. I'm just like, you have to tempt me with this, don't you?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, mine is nowhere near that big. It's 24-inch maybe. It's the Sony PlayStation 3D TV.
Oh,
yeah.
Which I bought. I didn't own a Sony PlayStation at the time. A week later, I had 4 dead pixels in it.
Oh.
Which I can actually always see because I'm that OCD about my screens. And aside from 3D movies, there's nothing else I could really use it on it because, come to find out, unless I pay the extra $60 for the NVIDIA 3D TV Play, I can't view games properly. And, which is really unfortunate. The only game I've been able to play in 3D is Sonic Generations, which looks amazing in the 3D. But
don't tempt me. I cannot play that in 3D.
Okay, but let's stop right.
It's amazing.
Let's stop right there.
And,
what do you? Okay, since all of us had played Sonic Generation, what's had to be the hardest one? Like the hardest achievement that we have ever done, like throughout that game? Seriously.
My one would have to be getting all the S ranks. The one level I cannot get S rank on that really pisses me off every single time. Crisis City.
Oh, Crisis City.
Oh, I love Crisis City. I have such a high speed run on that. Don't tempt me.
Okay, no,
my favorite level of all time would have to be, without a doubt, Rooftop Run.
Don't. Okay.
What?
That's fine.
What'd you say?
I thought you were gonna.
Huh? Rooftop Run. Oh yeah, Rooftop Run is my favorite level of all time on Sonic Gen.
Shit. I think.
I'm glad that you said that and not Hidden Temple Zone or whatever.
Oh god, that pissed me off to the shit out.
Hang on, the Hidden Temple. How is it? How annoying is it?
Oh, I hate that level because of 3 reasons. A, it is not a great level. That level is POS. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm going to have a lot of people hate on me for that, I'm sure. Don't care. Out of the entire Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just out of all of that, there are... I would have rather have seen high...
okay, I have to agree with you on that one. No. It's Act 1 that drove me insane.
Oh...
Because
I'm gonna rip you a new one on that one in a second.
Ouch.
Oh, geez, sorry.
I would have rather have seen the Hydrocity level. I would have rather have seen my God, Ice Cap Zone.
Yeah.
Only because I feel like Ice Cap Zone would have had the best soundtrack remake.
Yeah.
Or the a tie between the Hidden Base and Death Egg Zone.
So what do you actually?
Those ones I would have rather seen.
Do you actually think the final boss is like the time shifter? And spoilers if you guys haven't actually played the game.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
It's already been spoiled.
So if you don't want to hear like this, if you don't want to hear it, just skip on to the next one, and we'll start from there.
Just go play the frickin' game.
Yeah, play the freaking game.
Stop right now. You shouldn't be listening to this if you haven't played Sonic Generations.
Oh dear lord, time shifter or time eater, whatever he is.
Whatever the hell he is. Well, you know what
He's
pissed me
probably
off?
the
You know what really
boss.
pissed me off with the Time Eater? How it was like, how about, why don't you talk, glorious Eggman from the past? Why, thank you, most excellent Eggman for the future.
Oh
I'm just
dear.
like, can I shoot
You know-
you bastards?
That it would have been a lot better. Okay, no, not a lot better. It would have been more tolerable if the original Eggman voice actor were alive.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it would have been a lot better.
Because the thing is that you would at least have him being the old Eggman, so you're not listening to this jackass try to mimic him.
Yeah,
At the same time, though, we can all admit if the old voice actor were alive, we probably would not have seen a change to the 4 Kids Sonic cast, which would have been a blessing to all of our ears for all those games that they had to be a part of.
Did you, I'm just going to bring up some classic Sonic the Hedgehog history.
yeah,
Have you guys ever, I think I told you about this, Mitch, when you're walking home from from TAFE to TCW,
yeah.
but have you ever heard of Mama Robotnik?
Mama. Oh yes, Mama Robotnik. You told me about that. How she was mutated, and
No, she wasn't mutated. She's Robotnik's mama,
yeah,
and she's freaking mental. I watched an episode of it, and she has like superhuman strength and everything.
yeah.
I'm
Jeez.
just trying to find the page I used.
Okay, so for the previous question about hardest personal achievement on there, I had to load up my Steam because I played on Steam. Hardest achievement, cleared Green Hills within 1 minute.
Oh
God.
God.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
That's pretty
Now
much.
I'm gonna put out here that without having all of the
Boost.
well, no, not that. Without having
The Chaos Emerald?
all of Sonic's add-ons or whatever you want, special skills.
Yeah.
Without having all of his special skills unlocked, which I know that there are ones that make you even faster, so on and so forth. Without having all of those unlocked, doing that is a bitch.
And trying not to do
one of
that
those
with.
people who could do it.
And trying not to do it without the add-ons is pretty much saying, okay, you need to hold the boost button and just pray to hope you can do it in one single shot. Seriously.
Oh yeah, no, I can't tell you how many times I would just waste all of my rings on getting to 99 lives, and then restarting a level over and over and over again at the smallest mistake, and that's not even getting hit or losing boost. That is, split second jump miss. Now instead of propelling myself 40 feet, I've only gone 30 feet.
That can be a pain in the ass.
If I can find my TV remote.
And hang on, is that?
I wish Mum would bloody buy a new light for my room.
And does have to be done in one one go.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, but yeah. So before I rip you a new one about the first act, what do you think would have been a better first act?
Okay, I had a bit of a problem, okay, let me say this. I had a bit of a problem with one part of Act 1. I didn't have the problem with the whole act of part 1. It's just it's just a hovering craft that you have to actually inch your way through to get to the next part, and every time when you stop, the glowing platform just drops.
Oh yes, that's annoying. How do I get to my achievements on the Xbox again? Oh, here we go.
So let me guess, am I safer now, or are you still ripping me a new one?
I guess I'll say you're okay.
One achievement that's going to take me bloody ages, because I've got an S rank on everything except one thing, and that's Crisis City Act 2. That just giving me the shit.
Oh boy.
Act 2, that's Fast Sonic, right?
That's Fast Sonic.
Yeah, Fast Sonic.
Oh, I love that. I can get S rank on that bitch like nothing. The secret is, and I'm gonna tell you the secret. And this will already save you a whole bunch of time at the beginning. You start off with the starting boost skill, or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, and then the moment that you are boosting through that first pit, you just jump while you're boosting and smash into an enemy, and that'll propel you even further, and then you mash your boost button into the spring at the other side. And then right there, you already cut off, like, I don't know, like 10 seconds or something. It's, I don't know. It's pretty hard. I'm actually tempted to do speedrun videos, even though I haven't even started up my YouTube channel yet.
Between the 2006 version of Crisis City and Generations Crisis City, which ones have to be the worst one to you guys between those two games?
I never touched 06.
I never played the 06 version. I have not.
You just avoided. You just avoided like a black plague. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I've never played it. I've only ever played the last Sonic Jam game. God damn it, Jukes! What's wrong with you tonight?
Words.
Words.
Shut up.
Someone left their tongue at the door.
Shut up.
But
GTFO.
Maybe I should have shut up. Maybe I should be the translator here right now.
nah,
It's like reading sign language. I can do that. I can say hi in sign language.
No, we're doing all right. We're up to 41 minutes for it. I think.
Bloody hell, that's not bad for a podcast.
I think we should wrap it up. I think about like in 1 hour and like 20 minutes or so. I think.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Let me just check the time. How do I see it in Windows 8? 7. Yep, that's fine.
So yeah.
Where are we getting at? Oh, yeah, I actually didn't play 06, not by choice. I did not own an Xbox when it came out.
I'm the same.
The only way I would have played it is if I could have convinced my friend to buy it for $15. My argument was, I quote, "If you buy this, you can watch me get pissed off so much that we return it the same day."
Jeez.
And it almost convinced him, but he decided no. And then instead he spent that $15 on Dead Rising, which was also bad because he hated that game. So it was a trade-off. I would love to play 06, to be honest, because then I can say I've played just about every Sonic game. The only Sonic game I've never played was Sonic Shuffle.
Oh, that's the Dreamcast version, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
And the PSP games, but I don't even think
the rival
Here's
ones.
a quick question for you guys that I think would open up a big can of worms.
Yeah.
What was the one game that pissed you off to the shit house that you just wanted to smash with a hammer?
Sonic Riders.
Oh God.
That's a good one.
No, actually,
I can't.
The sequel.
Go on, Nick.
The sequel has to be annoying. Oof. Zero Gravity.
I never played number 2.
I played it. Don't play it. It's shit.
I don't even know why. I don't think Sonic Riders is the game that propelled me to maximum piss-offery, but that is, when I think of a game that made me smash something, it would have to be that game. Because I had it on the... I'm pretty sure I had it on the PS2?
Yeah.
The GameCube.
The GameCube.
The GameCube. I had the GameCube version.
Oh.
And that game pissed me off to the point where I stopped playing it, went outside, collected my father's axe, and started chopping wood. And this is coming from a guy who never chopped wood in his entire life, nor should probably have an axe while he's angry.
And plus, Sonic Riders was released because of his 15th anniversary. Oh.
Yeah. And what pissed me off the most about that game was trying to 100% it. I wanted to get Supersonic. I think that's what I was striving for. I'm not sure. Whatever it was that you got for 100%ing it, I don't know.
I think that's because you have to finish the story mode, the Grand Prix, and the challenge mode, which the challenge mode can drive people insanity when you're trying to do it. Oh dear Lord.
And I ended up, it just made me go berserk. I know I did it. I know I completed it, but...
They never gave you Supersonic.
No, I think they...
No, they did.
They did?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Supersonic's in it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only problem is that he's not as overpowered as he should be. And I remember because it was always the fucking Knuckles clone, the bird that is supposed to be the equivalent of
Oh,
Knuckles.
Storm the
Just always-
Albatross. Storm
Yeah, it's always pissed me off because he'd
Jeez.
always be the one who would do something to me when I'm just about to win, and he'd bash me or whatever, and then I'd get like 8th place easily.
Oh.
What about you, Mitch?
I think. Okay, I think my game that drove me insane at the moment. I think. I know I love the game. I love the game to bits, but Jesus Christ, I love Dead Rising, but it sure can piss me off sometimes because not only that you have to get, not only you have to do the main missions, you got side missions coming along saying, "Hey, ding dong, you got some people who needs a bit need saving. Go after them and bring them back to the hideout." It's like, motherfucker.
What it was with me was I'm trying to think of the game. I had it in my mind, and then my mind just opened up a chasm, and it just dropped. Oh wait, now I remember. It was Sonic Unleashed, the Gaia boss.
Oh.
That pissed me off to the shit house.
Yeah, but who's worse, Gaia or Time Eater?
I
To
think.
be honest, Time Eater pissed me off because it took about 50 goes for me to beat him. Like, you son of a freaking bitch.
And to make that as a drinking game, drink every shot that that your friends always keep giving you hints and tips of how to avoid the time eater. Oh dear lord. They will,
Oh my god, that's a fun game, actually. Oh wow.
believe you
I
me,
feel like that could become a thing.
I can tell you that they won't shut up every single
no,
time.
they won't.
No, they won't.
No, see, I beat that in one shot, but it took me 50 minutes. I don't even know. It took me forever, only because, you know, I honestly couldn't understand what you were supposed to do my first time. All I understood was that you boost to get to him, you switch when he crosses over, and that's it.
And you collect.
I had no idea what to do.
And collect.
But somehow I beat him.
And collect rings to keep your powers up.
And collect rings. And I really feel like, in a game that kind of essentially held your hand throughout all of it, the final boss, it didn't. It just said, "Here, have a final boss."
It drove.
And then there you go.
One thing that really bugged me with the final boss on as we mentioned before, was the whole Dr. Eggman being full of himself with his older self. No, sorry, the future being all full of himself with the
past.
Eggman from the past. It's like, oh, would you care to explain, excellent Eggman from the future? Like, can I shove you down a cliff?
Oh dear lord.
I wish they were stuck there.
Yeah.
I really wish they got stuck there, because then Sonic Lost World would never have happened.
Oh yeah, Sonic Lost World. Speaking of which, what do you actually think about it? Even then,
it's a horrible game. It is the first Sonic game that I did not beat before I traded it back in a week later.
Oh, I think we're gonna get a little bit of hate comments coming through this podcast, I think.
Oh, let all of the hate come in. If you like Sonic Lost World more than you could like Sonic Generations, or if you love Sonic Lost World, you need to trade in everything Sonic that you have and start playing Mario if you want a better experience.
Yeah,
you told me about it. Like, something needed
Sonic Lost World is Sega and Nintendo doing this stupid deal where they go, oh, well, let's do, Sega does what Nintendo don't, but they do everything that Nintendo does.
And
because Nintendo makes Sonic 3D World, and then Sega's like, oh, holy shit, Nintendo knows what they're doing. They're taking this game and they're trying something new while sticking with the old and making everyone happy. What can we do? Oh, well, everyone bitches about how we're modernizing Sonic and making him super fast and that there's no platforming. Well, let's take Sonic 3D World and turn it in, or Mario 3D World. That's how, that's how similar they are, and create
Jeez, Lord.
Sonic Lost World.
It became a copy to Super Mario 3D World. Like what? What the fuck? Just to give you a heads up, we're reaching up to our 10-minute mark, so we might need to wrap this up a little quickly though.
Yep. That's all right. I just want to finish it off just by asking, what did you guys think of the werehog in Sonic Unleashed?
Well, Nick,
I prefer him to the entirety of Sonic Lost World. just to kind of put it there. I mean, I didn't need to collect 3,000 flickies to unlock him. I think the werehog was a gimmick that was unneeded, but I would rather of them used it then and realize how much of a mistake it was than rather have them, I don't know, create Sonic Generations and then do Sonic Unleashed. Because Sonic Unleashed, they introduced two things. They introduced the new Sonic gameplay that worked amazing in Sonic Generations and they could have rolled with, and it also showed them that we don't want like super innovative, crazy gimmicks. We don't need that. We just want Sonic. We want him to do what he does. He's a smart-mouthed, fast-running blue blur. That's all we need.
We don't need him to be a werehog. It's just weird how it happens that somewhere along the line that a crazy gimmick just say, well, we're going to actually put him as a werehog, or actually, you know what? We're going to make him go back in time and make him as a knight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Well, to be fair,
you remember the game they made? How he had to save genies or something?
Yeah. I had that in that game. I tried to 100%. I couldn't.
Which Sonic game was that?
That was Sonic and the Lost Rings, I think it was.
Sonic and the Lost Rings. It was the first of the Wii series, which is unfortunate because people group Sonic Colors with those two games. And while it is part of that trilogy in terms of story and timeline and all that, it is so different. And if you haven't played Colors based on the last two games for the Wii or the games before it, you're missing out. Play it if you don't want to, spend the money on a Wii title because I don't know, you don't want to. At least go and watch it online as like a let's play.
Just
shameless plugging. I'm gonna throw out Chugga Conroy is a great let's player and he does Sonic Colors.
I
shows a lot of it.
I have to agree with you on that one. He is a funny let's player because I think I have seen his let's play on Super Mario Sunshine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of it. But
he's the reason I bought Animal Crossing New Leaf, because I watched him and I never thought I would play another Animal Crossing after the GameCube one, but I bought this and I absolutely love it. I would recommend that game to anyone, and I would recommend his channel as a subscribe.
Okay.
So Josh, who actually brought you into the gaming world? Like, which YouTuber brought you into the gaming world?
To be honest, no one. I grew up with gaming. When I was 5, my brother had a PS1 and he had Ridge Racer and the original Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. Who brought you into the YouTube gaming world?
I was going to say. For me, it was basically, to be honest, I can't even remember. I just watched whatever I could find.
I'm actually reading my subscriptions right now just to see who I can.
I think my one was between the mix-up between two. It was the Brad and Rooster Teeth.
Oh yes, Rooster Teeth. I like them.
Yeah, the funny blokes those guys are. They're very funny.
I'm gonna go all old school on you guys here.
Go right ahead.
And old school and sort of kind of maybe underknown. I don't know how much their popularity was or has been. Well, for me, it was two groups. It was Lit Fuse Films.
Mm.
They did a lot of Gary's Mod Machinima.
Yeah.
Amazing group, a small group of guys creating all these videos by themselves. Created the, I would call popular War of the Servers based on Gary's Mod.
Yeah.
And Smooth Few Films, which brought us The Elite World, which is another Gary's Mod Counter-Strike source machinima. Those are the guys who, really made me go, oh, wow, I never thought that, like, these kind of games could really be used in this capacity. And I never thought I would enjoy watching other people play games online. And then, from there I kind of branched out, and now literally the only reason I'm on YouTube, I would say, is because of the YouTube gaming community.
Yeah, same here.
Other than that, I don't go to it for music videos or anything like that. I mean, maybe the occasional top 10 list or SciShow. But other than that, I mean, just one look at my list, I have, game theorists and J-Wits and Let's Play and Alpha Omega Sin and all these other people, Peanut Butter Gamer. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Just
before we wrap this up, did you actually know that Sonic Lost World was supposed to be a sequel to Sonic Colors, because they actually brought the
Yep.
Yeah, they brought them back.
Yeah, it is essentially, if you play it, it feels more like a direct sequel to that game than it does a sequel to Sonic Generations. And also, obviously, it is based on the unreleased Sonic game, Sonic Extreme, which should have remained a unreleased mystery.
Yeah, but
and I mean, I'm really hoping that, in terms of Sonic as a series, everyone says that Sonic is dying and so on and so forth, but no. Sonic was coming back to life. People just couldn't stick their heads out of their asses long enough to notice it. And now Nintendo and Sega are slowly driving him into the ground with Sonic Lost World and
the upcoming one, Sonic Boom.
Well, Sonic Boom is one of those, it's in a gray area, because no one knows if it's going to be bad or good. The show might be horrible, but I'm not excited for the show. I'm not going to watch it. But
So what do you actually think of the character design between all the characters? They got a massive,
They're into bondage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every Sonic fanboy's dream. I mean, God, you probably go on DeviantArt, and I can only imagine what spawned from that. I'm fine with the character design. I wish they would have made Knuckles as tall as Sonic.
Yeah.
Only because, Knuckles is supposed to be the eldest, but he is supposed to be Sonic's equal in terms of, Sonic is the speed, Knuckles is the power. They were created to be, separate but equal. They are the rivals. Obviously, they've, that's gone because of Shadow, but, I'm fine with the character design. In terms of the game, supposedly it's going to go back to the roots of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Where you will play as the characters separately, and each would have their own gimmicks. Sonic will be speed, Knuckles will be collection and beat 'em up. Tails and Amy will be more of the shoot 'em up and so on and so forth.
Oh,
and
hang on. In Adventure 1, Tails will be a character who's trying to catch up with Sonic or trying to get ahead.
Sonic,
yeah. And Amy.
But,
Amy is pretty much trying to keep the robot away from the bird, and
away from. Well, yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, they'll all have their own separate gimmicks.
Pretty much.
Again, and I'm really hoping that this means that they will take those to an extreme, make it so Sonic is mega fast, make it so Knuckles is mega badass, make it so that Tails, you're doing this crazy shit with this technology and science and knowledge, and then Amy is hopefully gonna be a bit cooler.
Which
And Big the cat is probably dead at this point. So hopefully
no one didn't
we
care
won't
about.
see him.
No one didn't care about Cat when he like jumped in for like doing the fish start, like the fish sequence, and Amy, I think she went downhill just a little bit when you play as her from Silver side of the story, because the double jump, the double jump that she has is completely piss poor, and you can't move anywhere, and her turn invisible to try and hide, and it's pretty impossible to try and figure out where she is.
Yeah, that is true.
I feel like they should have just kept her as a true side character. Make her be, Sonic's little fangirl that, comes in and bugs him, but isn't a major player. Sure, you can argue that she is a major player in Sonic CD when she was first released, but I would argue that she was a decent plot point.
Well,
she is, she is an annoyance to Sonic, but at the same time, her being an annoyance also means that, if something bad happens to her, Sonic is going to want to save her. It's what he does.
Yeah.
But it should have stuck to that. I would rather have her be that helpless damsel in distress, Princess Peach ripoff, than have her be a character who I dread to have to play.
Well, that's about it, guys. That's all the time that we got for today. And thank you, Josh. Thank you, Nick, for coming along with me for today's podcast.
Not a problem. Always.
Yeah, this was really fun.
We should catch up again next time and do another one.
Yeah. So if you actually like us to do another podcast, just make sure you smack that like button, and we'll try and do it on.
Hey, let me do it for you.
And we'll be able to try and do it on, probably Mondays. Would you guys be all right?
Yeah, Mondays are fine days for me.
And we'll.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have me come back, Monday is perfectly fine.
And we'll try.
Not a problem. And it's Sunday for you. Our Monday is your Sunday.
And we'll try.
Well, actually, it's still Monday now for me. Monday 5, whatever. So.
Friggin' time zone, they always screw me up.
Yeah, they always do. So. And we'll try and bring some special guests with us. But until then, guys, thank you for listening to our Monday podcast for the Planetary Ashes, and also Joshua Duke's production. And we'll see you guys for another episode of the podcast if you want us to keep on going. Until next time, Colonel Phoenix signing off.
Joshua Duke signing off.
I don't have a cool name like that, but I'm signing off too.
All right.
Well.
Catch you later, guys.